What's up everyone, my name is G. If you don't know, where have you been? I don't know what that intro was either. I feel like I always say that on my videos now. I feel like that should be part of my intro too. So today I have got a really exciting video. I am going to talk about some books from my little bookshelf. I quite like reading. So if you didn't guess from the title, I'm going to be talking about books that have kind of changed the way that I look at my own mental health, and books that have kind of helped me out in the past. So the first book, it is there we go Mind Over Mood, which is a book that I got when I was doing CBT, which stands for cognitive behavioral therapy. And they basically tell you that they help you identify what kind of habits you've been forming in patterns of thinking and what are the unhealthy patterns of thinking that you have and how to kind of change them and form new healthy habits of thinking. The book looks at 5 different things. Number 1 is environmental changes / life situations. We will go with losing your job. Physical reactions are you're going to be a bit upset, so your fight or flight instinct will probably kick in. So heart will be pounding, you will probably start crying, and those are all the physical reactions that your body does. And the third one is moods. So you might have fear, worry, panic, be really, really sad because you liked that job. Behaviours are you'd probably change your whole routine if you lost your job. And your thoughts might be, I lost my job because I'm not good enough. I wasn't good at that job. I'm not good at anything. I'm gonna die alone. I don't think I explained this properly. But it is full of exercises that go through this topic, and you can write some scenarios that you've had in the past and the ways you've reacted to them. And I just think it's really helpful to be able to look. I just think it's really helpful to be able to look at the way I've reacted to things in the past and see how I could react to things like that differently in the future. So this book is really good and I really rate it, I recommend it. It's full of great stuff. I actually haven't finished this because it is quite a big book and I kind of want to save it because I'm still a work in progress. It is by Dennis Greenberger with a PhD and Christine A. Podesky with a PhD. And you know they're smart when they have PhD after their name, because I don't even have a PhD and I'm smart. The second book that I wanted to talk about is a book that I have read in the last year, and it is called Holman by Christy Wimber. She is an amazing woman. She is the least predictable, is probably the right way to describe her. The least predictable woman I have ever met, and I love her. I think she's great. So I read this so quick. I couldn't put it down. And this book kind of talks about the struggles that some people suffering with mental health issues might encounter being part of a church. I know that a lot of disclaimer, my church now is fantastic. I love my church so much. It is great and is so on the ball with mental health. It's amazing. But some churches in the past haven't been, and they've actually been really unhelpful, and this book really covers it well. And if you ever want to know how to deal with mental health as a church, I suggest you read this book. And if you want to know how to deal with your mental health being a Christian, I suggest you read this book. Every person matters to God, body, soul and spirit. And if our physical, emotional and spiritual well-being matters to God, it must also matter to us. Jesus came for the sick, the broken, the oppressed, the depressed, and those who are caught in chains. This insightful book covers a broad range of issues, from dealing with addiction to learn to trust again. Whether you are facing your own struggles or walking through them with others, it'll teach you how to love and pray more effectively. I was doing so well. It'll teach you how to love and pray more effectively. If you want to live a life of freedom and influence, wholeness is for you. So I work a lot with young people, and I work a lot with people who have mental health issues, and the probably number one question I get asked is, if God is so loving, then why are we suffering? I don't believe that God wants his children to suffer, but I do think that he's going to use it for good, and that he's going to use it to help other people. And I'm sure there's people who out there who have done YouTube videos who are way more qualified than me on talking in that topic, but I just think, you know what, like, just because you're suffering right now, you're not alone in your suffering, and God is right there next to you feeling that suffering. He's never pointing and laughing at you and saying, oh, well, you deserve this. I don't believe that he is that kind of God, and I think this book explains it really well, so I recommend you read it. The third book I have is downstairs, and I'm too lazy to go and get it, but it's a hard book. It is by Laura Cleary, called Idiot. I love this book. I love this girl. So this book is all about Laura's kind of journey with addiction and journey through past relationships. A lot goes on in this book, and it is so good. I have literally read it in probably a week. Yeah, read it in a week. Does anyone else do this? So it's a hardback book. And does anyone else take the sleeves off hardback books? Is it just me? Am I weird? But she's great. I love her. I love Laura. So she has had drug and alcohol addiction all of her life, and her book kind of describes what that's like, and it really kind of shocked me to see how similar my thought patterns were. It's a great book, and I really recommend that you read it if you would like to know things about mental health and addiction. She's just really funny. It has quite a bit of swearing in it, so bear that in mind. But it is a great book, and it's written by a great person, and her story is one that I'm so glad she told, because she's great. Next we have this, which isn't really a book, like a reading book, but I wanted to include it anyway because it's just one thing that's really helped me with my depression. If I'm bored or if I need something to do to cheer me up, I will flick to a random page. Take time to do what makes your soul smile. It's so cute. And then I have got day 49, plant something. Yeah, so I've got really into plants, and it's really helped my mental health actually to do some planting and to look after some plant babies. This isn't a book either, but I'm going to include it anyway. This is my Wreck This journal, and this still isn't done. And if you don't know what this is, you basically turn to, let's find a good page to land on. I think not that one, that's private. Okay, so you turn to a random page, and every page will have instructions on it. And this one is, draw lines using abnormal writing utensils dipped in ink or paint. Boom. This one is pour, spill, drip, spit, fling your tea and coffee here, and I've drawn a little coffee cup, and these on this paper are all, I think I like spilt tea on it or something. A little bit of wax just cute. That's my private information. So this is my little creative outlet for the absolute word vomit that comes out of my brain. This is my favourite page. So if you would like me to do a flick through of my Wreck This journal, let me know in the comments, and I will. I'm not an artist. I'm not great at art. I just really like painting. Yeah, let me know if you want me to do it. And that's it. It's all my books done. What? Yeah, if you have any suggestions of books that you want me to read, then please let me know in the comments. I love getting book recommendations and I love hearing what you guys think. So yeah, like, comment and subscribe if you are new. I try and make new videos every week, but sometimes I am slow in editing. And yeah, I hope you have the best day. I don't know why I'm like this.